Well, we start mathematical tools. In class 11th, in general, we start with unit dimensions, but often it's found that later on you find lots of mathematical constraints. So I begin with this chapter as zeroth chapter. I should count it chapter 0. Mathematical tools. There are a few basic mathematical formulas and techniques which are very commonly used in physics. And up to class 12, up to the level of IIT, whatever I'll be teaching here in mathematical tools is not limited up to class 11th only. It goes up to class 12th, up to competitive level also. It's a common misconception that the students think that if our mathematics at that level in 11th 12th class, huge level, that is fine, then physics also will have no. Here, whatever I'll be telling, in the physics, the application of mathematics doesn't go beyond that, even up to the IIT level in physics. Maths is a different thing, but that its small element is used. Well, mathematics has basically 4 sections: algebra, trigonometry, coordinate geometry, and last one is calculus. Algebra you are very much acquainted up to class 9th and 10th. It's about quadratic equations, about polynomials, about lots of other theorems. Trigonometry, of course, sine, cos, tan, and triangle issues. Coordinate geometry, up to class 10, you used to draw the diagrams like circle, straight line, all these things. Now, 11th onwards in mathematics, you need to draw them. You will have mathematical equations expressing a particular circle, a particular parabola, a particular straight line, and its properties will be calculated by not by drawing the diagrams. Here in physics, there is a little application of it. We will discuss it. Last one is calculus. Calculus is a very new thing for you, but very simple. It's differentiation and integration. I'll explain it. First, I start with algebra. I'm starting from algebra. First part of it is common identities. Few formulas you are very much aware of it is a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, a minus b whole square, a square plus b square minus 2ab. You know very well, but sometimes in physics you need to use these formulas in this form. Say a plus b whole square is equal to a minus b whole square plus 4ab. Look at this. This is a square plus b square plus 2ab. This is a square plus b square minus 2ab. If you add plus 4ab, it becomes the same. Right? Now, this is a tricky thing. You know the basic formula. Now let's do reverse of it. A minus b whole square. A plus b whole square. Now you can guess I should do what minus of 4. This will come in its form. And sometimes you may require these two formulas in physics. This is a technique. The formula you know very well. I am just telling you a mode of it. After that, I come to, you know very well, a square minus b square equals to a minus b, a plus b. It can be written easily here. I give an interesting example and then I will talk about a different thing. Look, I have this a square minus b square. Say puzzling example. I have a square minus b square is equal to a minus b, a plus b. Right, a square minus b square upon a minus b is equal to a plus b. Right? Now I take let a is equal to b is equal to 4. Then this is 4 square minus 4 square, 0. This becomes LHS, 0. RHS, 4 plus 4, 8, means 0 is equal to 8. Interesting? But it is wrong. Okay, let's take another value. Let a is equal to b is equal to 1. If someone says, okay, I want to take 1, okay, you take 1. 1 square minus 1 square is 0. 1 plus 1, 2. Again, which is wrong. Now, what is wrong here? That's another issue which comes in generally the problems. Actually, what the mistake going here? In LHS, I am writing always 0. But it is not true because it is. If I place 4, then 4 square minus 4 square is 0 upon 0, which I say cannot be defined. In mathematics, it cannot be defined. It is called indeterminate form. It is this mistake. Got it? So these are few magics of mathematics, which will be not the higher level mathematics is used in physics. Only these tricks and logics we need to know about. Fourth formula I come, a plus b whole cube. If you don't memorize it, a cube plus b cube plus, I say in this way, a raised to power 3 plus 3 a 2b a 1b2 plus b3. With these two, the factor 3 will come. Here power 3, then 2, then 1. Decreases. Here power b 0, here power b 1, here 2, here 3. In this way, we can memorize. Or another form, whatever looks suitable to you, a cube plus b cube plus 3ab, a plus b. Whichever looks comfortable, a minus b cube. In the same way we move, it is a cube minus b cube minus 3ab, a minus b. Just here is one sign change. This is a cube minus 3a square b plus 3ab square minus b. How it's going? A cube positive, then minus sign. Then power of a is decreasing, b increasing, power 1. Then power 2, again sign change. Then again sign change, power 3, in the similar manner. But actually these two formulas in this way, if you memorize, then it will make lots of calculation easy. Well, now let's find the factors of a cube minus b cube from these two formulas. A minus b whole cube is a cube minus b cube minus 3ab, a minus b. A minus b, I bring this section here plus of 3ab a minus b whole cube a minus b is equal to a cube minus b. Take a minus b common. Here you have a minus b whole square plus 3ab a cube minus b. A minus b. This is a square plus b square minus 2ab plus 3ab a cube minus b cube. A minus b, it is a square plus b square plus ab. These are the factors of a cube minus b cube. In the similar way, we can calculate the factors of a cube plus b cube. For that, we do what? A plus b whole cube, a cube plus b cube plus 3ab a plus b. I bring this part here minus 3ab a plus b is equal to a cube plus b cube. I rub this now. Now I hope you can guess easily. I take a plus b common from these two. Here it is a plus b whole square minus 3ab. It is a cube plus b cube. A plus b, a square plus b square plus 2ab minus 3ab a cube plus b cube. A plus b, a square plus b square minus a. Look the difference. A minus b, a square plus b square plus ab. This is a cube minus b. Need to memorize these identities. Last formula, which is often used, a plus b plus c whole square. Definitely square of 3 will come. 2ab, 2bc, 2ca I should write. ca. Look, every term has order 2. Here power of a is 1, power of b is 1. Here already power 2, here 2, here 2, and here also these two powers or order is 2. Got it? And these are the very common formulas which are easy to memorize. And in physics, what I call always that unless you go through the application, you can memorize, but it won't give you flavor of the subject. So when the application will come, right now I can't tell you the applications regarding this. In books there are a few elementary problems given regarding projectile motion and all other things. Here you enjoy the mathematics. Wherever it will be possible that to give some examples, I'll definitely give some examples. And for these formulas, you wait for second, third chapter, kinematics and projectile motion. You will have good applications. There are good questions for the application of these formulas. Well, now I come to that was common identity. Second one is quadratic equations. You are very well aware of it. Ax square plus bx plus c0 alpha beta minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac upon 2. There are two roots. Sum of these two roots minus of BA, product is C by 2. Now, there is a good use even for second chapter, motion under gravity. I hope you have gone through. If some object is projected upwards, then height is written as this. H is equal to ut minus half g square. You have studied in 9th and 10th class. Upward direction taken positive, height is upwards, u is upwards, g is downwards, so it is taken negative. Now, this particular equation is quadratic in time. Okay? Now, let's solve a problem and then see the magic of the quadratic equation. Here I will tell you, look, I just give a problem. A particle projected upside with the speed 40 meter per second, right? 15, okay. Find times when h is equal to a. Say 60 meters, B 80 meters, C 90 meters. It is thrown upwards, right? The question is, it's thrown with 40 meters per second upwards, right? Now I'm asking when it reaches 60 meter, I'm asking what the time. When it reaches at 60 meter, when it reaches at 80 meters, when it reaches at 90 meters. At these three values of h, the height, we need to find the value of time. Okay. Now, let's come up to the solution. H is equal to ut minus half of gt square. First part. H is what 60, U is what 40, G taken 10 for the simplicity. All zeros gone. 12. 8t minus t square. I hope you are getting. I cancelled all the zeros, then multiplied with the 2, the whole equation. This becomes 12, this becomes 8, and this is t square. Now, t square minus 8t plus 12 is equal to 0. I hope you are getting. I have brought these two terms on the left side. Now let's compare this equation with ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Here value of a is 1, b is, look here, it is 1, b is minus 8, c is 12. Now the roots will be t1 comma t2. Minus of b means minus of 8 plus minus b square 64 minus 4ac 4ac 48, c is 12, a is 1 upon 2, a is 1. It is 8 plus minus 64 minus 48, 16, root of 16, 4 by 2. Once I take positive sign and then negative sign, it is 6, it is 2. Both positive values and time can have both values. Wait, I'll explain what the two answers. Now in physics, let us first understand this. That means there must be something in this problem. I interpret this. It moves up and comes down. This is ground. This is height of 60 meter at point P. When it goes up, definitely it will come down also. So lesser time is the time when it is moving upwards. It goes up, then comes down. At that moment, the clock time is 6 seconds. This is the meaning of two answers here. that is very clear that whenever in physics you find two answers and both are possible, then that particular phenomena, if there are two values of time, that means that phenomena occurred twice. If there are two values of temperature, that means that phenomena is possible at two temperatures. If there are two velocities, that means in any situation, if you get two proper values which are possible, then in that phenomena there will be two possibility of whatever is being asked. So it is a magic of quadratic equation. Sometimes in multiple choice questions, more than one correct options, you may have 2 as well as 6. Both are correct. It's not mentioned when it is moving up or down. If it is mentioned, then you will have to think over it. If its time should be for upward motion, it should be for downward motion. Now let's come on the second part. H is equal to 80 meters. First I will solve third part. I'll explain why third part H is equal to 90 meters. H is equal to ut minus half gt square. H is 90, u is 40, t minus 1 by 2 10 into t square. The same way, I cancel all the zeros, multiply with 2. I simplify it. T square minus 80 plus 18 is equal to 0. Solve here. It has been solved. Here, directly we can solve it. The values of times, of course, minus of 8 means plus 8. B square 64 minus 4 into 1 into 18. 18 into 4 72 upon 2a. It is 8 by 2 plus minus 64 minus 72. It is minus 8. And I hope you know that root of negative number is not possible. Of course, it is not a real value. It can't have root of negative number. That means this particular value we will say not possible. Now what does it mean in terms of physics? Now wait for the second part. Then the whole mystery will be solved. For the second part, H is equal to 80 meter. I use the same formula. H is 80. Use 40t minus 1 by 2 10 into t square. Cancelling all the zeros, I have 16 8 t minus t square minus 8t plus 16 is equal to 0. Right? Now, t square minus 8t plus 16 is equal to 0. Let's solve minus of b. I hope you are getting. Here a is 1, b is minus 8 and c is 16. Minus b plus minus b square 64 minus 4ac. 4 into 1 into 60. 64 upon 2 into 1. 8 by 2 plus minus 0. Right? We have single answer 4. Single answer means this is going upwards, coming down. That means 80 meters should be its maximum height. At 80 meters it will be once less than the values of 80 meters, as for example 60 meters. It was twice. Once in upward journey and secondly it was in downward journey. So for any value less than 80 in this particular question, we will have two values of time, definitely, because particle will cross that point 2 times. In the second third example where I have to h equals to 90 and I got the value of time which is not possible. Now it goes to maximum height of 80 meters and I have asked for 90 meters and the answer is itself saying that that is not possible. If it goes up to the maximum height 80 meters, how can you calculate for the 90 meters? So mathematics itself is solving your puzzle. So this type of application, not very much, you need to use your brain. Okay, this particular, only quadratic equation, only these few basic identities, few basic formulas you need to learn. Rest is physics and your common comprehension, your common sense, your common understanding that what is possible in that situation. That is the maths which is applied in physics. Here is a good example of it I have given you. You can find other lots of examples there in physics. You will be definitely dealing with. This is one of the good example, and quadratic equation you know very well. Fine. How to use it I have explained by an example. Next one is a very new thing for you. It is called binomial theorem. Actually, in lots of books, it's written in detailed analysis of mathematics in mathematical language. Actually, in mathematics, that detailed analysis is required, but in physics, there is no need. I'll just give you a final result of it. What binomial theorem says, what we understand. It simply says 1 plus x raised to power n approximately 1 plus nx given mod x. I hope you know the meaning of mod. It may be positive, it may be negative, but you need to take always positive. Then I am saying mod x, very less than 1. And n belongs to any real number. Any real number. It can be a fraction, it can be positive, it can be negative. Then 1 plus x whole raised to power n can be written as 1 plus nx. I won't prove it because it's not the part of physics. In mathematics it needs to be proved. I just verify. Is it true or not? How to verify? I take an example. I take x is equal to 10 raised to power minus 3. It is of course 0.001, far less than 1. And I take n is equal to 2 first. Okay? That means 1 plus x raised to power n. 1 plus x means 10 raised to power minus 3 raised to power 2. First I will go through the conventional way. What I know, a plus b whole square, a square plus b square plus 2ab, a square plus b square plus 2ab, right? It is 1 plus 10 raised to power minus 6 plus 2 into 10 raised to power minus 3. Now, how to add it? It is what? 1 plus 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 0, 0, 2. Adding this, we can easily say 1.002, 00. And I hope you know very well, there are 3 decimal, this is 3 decimal, then 4, then 5, then 6. I can write this 1.002 approximately. Right? This is the conventional way we know about. Now let's take the help of this. Is it true? Here the symbol I made was not this, it is this. This says exactly equal to, and this says approximately, very simple. Sometimes it's written in this way also, but not this one. This says perfectly equal. This is approximately. This is also approximation. That 1.002001, I'm saying approximately close. Of course, it's very close because 1 lies after 1, 2, 3 decimal places beyond 2. That means it becomes 1 by 1000 times. It's far less. Well, let's take help of this binomial theorem. 1 plus 10 raised to the power minus 3, 1 plus x raised to the power n, 1 plus nx. 1 plus n is what? 2. X is this. 1 plus 0.002. 1.002. Our answer matches. That means this particular theorem is verified. I'm not saying I'm proving it. That's part of mathematics. We are confirmed here that what is written is right. Another example I give about it, a numerical and then a good application in physics. Actually, this binomial theorem, this particular, only this, no need to go in details of mathematics, only this 1 plus x raised to the power n equals to 1 plus nx, only this will help you a lot in lots of derivations, solving complex problems of up to the level of IIT and NEET, up to these levels. This particular concept will help. Well, I take an example. If I ask you a numerical example first, then I will give an example from physics. I ask you 102 raised to the power 2. Find value. That means find value up to 2 decimal places. 102 whole raised to the power 1 by 2. Up to 2 decimal places. Let's try to solve it. 102 can be written as 100 plus 2. 100 plus 2, and further it can be said 100 plus 2 by 100, or I can write it 10 raised to the power 2, 1 plus 0.02. Now, what is the actual question? Its whole power is 1 by 2. I put here power 1 by 2. Now 10 raised to the power 2 into power 1 by 2. 1 plus 0.02 power 1 by 2.